Check out all these cranes, man. We have like 6 cranes in the same location. They're clearly having a party. We were not invited, but maybe Sophia was. Do the crane dance. A bird just got my phone and my coat. Just got pooped on by a pigeon. It was only a matter of time, but is that luck? Probably not. Welcome everyone to our Munich video. It is a little late in the day, but at least we have the gorgeous sun. Tomorrow we will be traveling outside of Munich to various locations that I will maybe leave to a surprise, maybe tell you. But to start off, we are in München or Munich or München. München, it seems that's kind of the way, at least of the spelling, M-U-N-C-H-E-N. That was like the train station name. München seems like that's how they pronounce it, and Munich is how we pronounce it in English. Sitting right in the heart of Bavaria, Munich gives you access to some of the most stunning alpine destinations. Whether it's the snow-covered peaks of Garmisch-Partenkirchen, the fairy tale castles of Fusen, or even the cross-border mountain towns of Austria. It's no wonder Munich is often ranked alongside Milan and London, in my personal opinion, London or Paris, as one of the best Europe central hubs as far as traveling around. Munich is a perfect launch point for exploring Germany, Austria, and even Switzerland, where we will be next. But beyond its location, Munich itself is packed with wild history and hidden secrets. The city was originally settled by monks, which is where it got the name München. And this means home of the monks. And it's famous for the Hofbräuhaus Beer Hall, and I think that's actually where we're going tonight. And this was once a royal brewery. We saw a few of these like beer garden. Extremely excited for this one. My grandma talked about it in her travels, so been looking forward to Germany since I was a little kid. Speaking of beer, Munich takes it to a whole different level. Beer is legally considered the food here, and Oktoberfest, the world's biggest beer festival, attracts over 6 million visitors every year. Even Munich's metro system hides some Easter eggs. One station, Westfriedhof, looks straight out of a sci-fi movie with its eerie blue lights. Whether you're here for the history, the beer, or just using it as a home base for some of the best day trips in Europe, Munich is the perfect mix of everything. We cannot wait for our travels here, and again, kind of what I talked about of just being like a centralized hub for our interests, being like the mountains, and we honestly just love those little small German towns or the Austrian towns where it's just all this like farmland and beautiful greenery and ton of grass and wooden homes and huge mountains. You know, a city at the end of the day is basically just a city besides, you know, some little things, some history. We've enjoyed all the cities, you know, especially kind of sticking out like Budapest, Amsterdam, Prague. London was, you know, Paris. I mean, all the cities were cool, but at the end of the day, they're kind of just like cities, and it's hard to differentiate from the other ones. But these mountain village, crazy out of this world places are what we did this trip for. So that's why I think Munich could be a future home for us, as, you know, again, just a perfect centralized location for exactly what we are looking for. Let's get on with a specific history of Munich and its destinations that we will be covering today.
This This is the Rathaus-Glockenspiel, which is one of the largest and most elaborate clock shows in Europe, located on the new town hall in Munich's Marienplatz. This green section above me is actually not supposed to be green. It's oxidized copper, similar to the Statue of Liberty. It is 40 feet tall with 43 bells and 32 life-sized figures that dance around. The entire clock figure itself is 280 feet tall, and when it comes to mechanical clock performances, it is easily one of the longest, running for nearly 20 minutes. The show takes place daily at 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. with an extra performance at 5 p.m. from March to October, which we are very grateful that we saw. What makes it wild is that it tells two different historical stories. The top figure reenacts a wedding of Duke Wilhelm V, who founded Hofbräuhaus, featuring a full-on knight's joust where Bavaria always wins. The lower section is a Cooper's dance, a tradition that dates back to 1517 when barrel makers danced through the streets to signal the end of the plague. The whole gear is powered purely through mechanical gears, and the bells play an insanely detailed melody, making one of the most intricate timepieces in the world. It might not be as famous as the Prague's astronomical clock, but in terms of scale, music, and movement, Munich's Glockenspiel is on a whole other level.
Behind me, that ringing sound is Frauenkirche, Munich's most iconic cathedral. Built in the late 1400s, it features twin towers standing at 328 feet tall, topped with their distinctive domes that dominate Munich's skyline. The cathedral's massive interior is big enough to hold 20,000 people. One of the strangest features is the Devil's Footprint, a mysterious mark near the entrance. Legend says the devil himself stood here mocking the architect because the church appeared windowless. Frauenkirche was heavily bombed during World War II, but its foundation held and was completely rebuilt. Today, it's the seat of the Archbishop of Munich and Freising, and one of the city's most recognizable landmarks.
Come in, come in.
To reiterate, these are the shoes that have brought us around all of Europe, the GLYCERIN Max. These are the colors. This is the colorway that I wanted to get, but obviously it got too dirty.
Pick up the phone, baby. These shoes are caught and they're in. They're in. I love them. I'll pick that phone up again. I'm favoring this phone number right now. Buy these shoes. That's all I gotta say.
Brooks, reach out to us. Yeah, maybe send us a few free shoes, you know? We will wear them the rest of our lives. If anyone's a CEO at Brooks, man, we represent these shoes all around the world.
We are currently at Café Glockenspiel, which will go up to the 5th level floor, and you'll get amazing views of the old town city. We couldn't get inside to the restaurant area because apparently they're overbooked, whatever that means. I guess we'll just try to get a reservation. It does seem, I guess it would be expensive, so maybe we couldn't find anything that we would like to eat anyways, because first, we don't want small portions, and second, we want food that is good. So yeah, I don't know. But we couldn't get a reservation, which kind of sucks, and we wanted to see a cool view, but there's 1,000 other panoramic views that we can see here, so we're not mad about it. We'll continue going. Let's go. Leave. Cut that.
My robot buddy Gertchen is getting ready to serve me. She doesn't have anything currently. They got robots here. Oh my God.
We are going to the Hofbräuhaus Beer for our reservation tonight for some beers and pretzels. I guess that was like the quickest 100-yard dash I did. But like, check out the red lights. We're back in the red light district, Amsterdam. Let's go.
Hofbräuhaus Beer House. review of the Hofbräuhaus is great music, great environment, great beer. However, I would refrain from, I guess, the food. We got the pork knuckle. We don't even really like pork or pig in general, so I didn't really want to get the pork knuckle, but it was just like the number one thing. Everyone had it. It's what they were known for. On my end, getting the pork knuckle, it was like not the best. It was like really fatty, you know, you were just cutting away like fat. It wasn't like a good texture in your mouth. It was extremely salty. I'm guessing from the gravy, but I guess it was good for being pig. But like, this kind of reminds me of my dad when, you know, he's like, oh, I love buffalo chicken. Like, no matter if I'm at a really good restaurant, I'm just going to get buffalo chicken. It's kind of that situation where me and Sophia, we both just like love chicken and we don't like really pork whatsoever.
Yeah.
But, you know, here it's like, oh my God, they're known for the pork. Like, we might as well try it, blah, blah, blah. But it's okay to just stick to your favorites and just eat them all the time. A little disappointed in the food. The food was definitely overpriced. You know, the pork knuckle was like $23, 21 euros or something. It definitely filled me up, but like, again, it was not really the best. And then on Sophia's end,
I got it was like a 2-person sharing. I mean, it clearly wasn't for 2 people, but it was supposed to be a 2-person sharing platter that had many different kinds of pork, I guess. I mean, again, I don't like pork
and stuff
whatsoever.
too.
I actually really
Pickles.
refrain from getting pork, but I don't know. I mean, they gave me 2 pieces of rye bread, like some pickles, tomatoes, onions, lettuce. Like, they gave me some stuff that I was clearly going to have to make a sandwich.
It was kind of like a hotel breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the best thing that I had, but, I mean, it was fun to, if you like pork, I guess it's fun to make your own sandwich and
Also,
stuff.
she thought it was going to be like hot meat.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be warm. I mean, I don't like cold meat. Again, like, at least here, they leave you alone, but you want some checkup, or at least like, hey, do you want to order something? Because we're just getting 2 beers,
that is
like a pretzel. So I think the service here, again, maybe I'm just judging it because I'm an American and I'm used to people always coming to me, like asking questions and bothering me. But yeah, I mean, the service here could have been better. They could have asked if we wanted food, because we were waiting there for like 30 minutes. We wanted a pretzel. We ended up I think maybe overpaying a little bit for a pretzel. It was still good.
Yeah, it was just confusing on how to order it.
Prices. They weren't really clear too much with the food that we were getting. Service wasn't the best. Overall, thought my food was going to be different. I thought the service was going to be different.
Like, beer halls are like non-existent in the United States, so we're like lucky enough to even have went there in the first place. Obviously, to cut it short, environment amazing, beer amazing.
The pretzel and the sausage, white sausage soup, that's all I would recommend for the food.
Yeah. 2 beers, white sausage, maybe chicken if you're hungry. Obviously, like, a lot of our viewers seem recently to be German, so there is no disrespect in this review whatsoever, but obviously you would be honest about an American restaurant as we are being honest about a German. This is a place, again, that I've been wanting to go to since a kid, from my grandma telling me stories of coming here. So I'm happy that we went. I'm really happy to have went to a beer hall in the first place. It was just, you don't need to get the food. The food was overpriced and it wasn't that good. The beer was really good. I was saying the regular original beer that they serve was one of the best I've had. She got the dark beer.
The Hofbräuhaus.
The Hofbräuhaus, overall, without food, if we wouldn't have gotten food and we wouldn't have spent, you know, we spent like $45 on food that, like, it wasn't that good. So minus $45 from like our $75 bill, so $30. That is a solid, like,
that would have been like 9. A good, a 9.
Yeah. You don't need to get the food. Beer halls in general, amazing idea, super social setting. Maybe we'll try to go to another one tomorrow. This one, so far, I'm putting the stamp on it. Overrated. But I would come back. Oh,
it wouldn't be overrated if it was just beer and just like basic.
Yeah, just don't get the food.
Don't get a meal.
So I'm taking back the overrated stamp, but you get food, put it back. I'm putting it back if you get food. Don't get the food. It's fine.
Yeah, you're not eating.
It's not that good. All right. Good night. Oh yeah, all right.
Get it started.